Welcome to episode 41 of Breaking Hertz. Kama kawaida, najua mmeniss. It's your boy Hafare, aka Rodney Malik Casino, aka Mr. Metronome, aka your girlfriend's boyfriend, aka Aragon of Aragoth. And do you know why? Do you know why? Because it's the return of the king, baby!
Welcome back, Hafare. Welcome.
Uh-huh.
And kama kawaida, it's your girl Sookie, aka Sookie.jpg. I shared the Uzumaki last week, so I'm not gonna go through with any of the other AKAs. But I'm glad to be back for episode 41.
41, imagine.
Karibu sana, Hafare.
The midlife crisis episode. Sawa, the midlife crisis episode. Mtoto wako ako 15, ako form 1, your wife doesn't love you, she's falling in love with the church. Okay, sawa.
Uko kwa nyumba yako peke yako, uko na a leather couch.
And the intern at work keeps looking at you with those eyes. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Ndoa zinavunjika at 41.
Damn.
Sawa. I'm just saying. Sawa. If you're 40 right now, I'm sorry. You only have 1 year left. But anyway, you know, I've told the people where I was.
Just tell them.
Nilikuwa the Indonesian jungle, sawa.
What are you doing in the Indonesian jungle?
See, there's this flower that blooms once every couple of years. It's known to have mystic powers. I had gone with my party of fiends and hooligans and criminals, reformed criminals. Tulikuwa nenda kuitafuta to sell it for a pretty penny on the black market. Saizi kuna fence ako nayo ananitafutia mtu wa kununua. So I decided, let me just pop up again before the inevitable glow up. Cheki, when I get that money, I will not say anything, but there will be signs.
There will be signs.
There will be signs. First things first, keeping a pet lobster.
A pet lobster?
Yes.
Why a pet lobster?
Why not? Lobsters don't die like...
Are you going to name him Sebastian?
No.
Why?
I'm going to name him after the world-famous B-52 song, Rock Lobster. Rock Lobster. Da, 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 da. Exactly.
Fair.
And then it could be Iraq Lobster Pia if I call him Mohammed. It could be Iraq Lobster, but that's neither here nor there. Anyway, I am back. Nimerudi. First of all, thank you to Furaha and Kofen for holding it down when I wasn't available. Amazing work. Kofen, friend of the show. Furaha, friend of the show. Kofen, kwanza, we need you back. Lazima tukue service. Watu watatu vizuri. Hapa hivi. There's enough space here on the... There's a song hivi kidogo. I can scooch. But thank you so much for holding it down. Let me quickly go through what I've been listening to while I've been out. Arasta Pen Explanation Mob. Victims of Madness for Cardinali. Had to revisit that. Really solid album. I still believe Kim Jong-un is the best song they've ever made. That album, Jege Sanse. There's a song on there that samples a video game. I forgot which one it was. I think it's either Triple XL. I think it's either Nyara 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 or Triple XL. I can't remember which one it is, but they do sample a very old like Metroidvania type game. And I got it. I think the second time I was listening, I was like, this sounds interesting. There was that. There was New Jeans by New Jeans. If you don't know who New Jeans are, imagine if the K-pop industry decided, hey, let's just make a Pink Panther-esque clone. But instead of making one, they made 5. So that you can choose your own Pink Panther-esque. This is like a choose your own Barbie adventure. Which of these Pink Panther-esque clones do you like? And attach your personality to them. But despite them being clones, the music is really nice. It's peak Gen Z music. My sister put me on. She's like 23. That's what she's been listening to. Like her TikTok is just, I'm super shy, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, that was that. And then staying in my K-pop little wormhole, Starry Night by Momoland.
Nice.
Do you know Momoland?
I don't know Momoland. I'm not in my like K-pop bag like that. So
okay, Momoland are like...
You're taking me through it.
They had a big song a few years back, like 2018, 2019, called Boom Boom. Has like 700 million views on YouTube. But they haven't been doing much else since then. Like their music hasn't really been popping off. But still, they're fun. They're just, pointless pop music.
Yeah.
The one you just listen to pass time na kujibamba. That's what it is. A bit of Alte, Palmine Music, Show Them Camp.
Nice.
It's
a very nice project.
Very nice project. Also a bit more Alte, Susie's Funeral by Cruel Santino. And as in, Alte is Alte. It has its own vibe. And it's not for everyone, I know. Especially the subculture doesn't make sense to a lot of people. But the music is fire. The music, like mtu aelewi Alte, the subculture, akiona like, ukiona watu Alte, why are they dressing like the extras in a 2000s like Nollywood movie? Which is the truth.
Isn't that the point?
No,
like that's the aesthetic.
That's the aesthetic. But I'm like, why is everyone dressed like Ramsey Noah?
See, that's the point?
Why is everyone dressed like Genevieve
Yani
Naji?
nostalgia. Sisi tuko na Riverwood greats.
Ngoja.
You can dress like them.
No, like afana
Navaa blouse
nostalgia.
ya ofisi.
Nostalgia what? Like you're 22. You weren't alive when Ramsey Noah was popping.
Guy, damn. No, they're not that young. 22. 22 is like, damn. Sorry, I'm having like a realization. Like
An
it's a
existential
terrible
crisis.
wormhole to throw me into.
Yes.
But they were like, they must
Anyway,
have been
Jackie, stop
alive.
dressing like Nollywood stars, please.
It's
Like
their culture. It's their
Kids are
culture.
dressing like
That's my
Nollywood
point.
stars or like Korean teenagers.
I'm gonna talk about that in a bit.
Ni sawa?
Because I've also been thinking about it. Someone sent me a reel about how like we're stuck in this loop of like nostalgia. We're really overthinking the ways that people did things in the past, but like it's our way of preserving history or the history of our culture. So it is what it is. Pink Panthers pia kwa hiyo bag.
Yeah, kwa hiyo bag, but no, nasema people her age.
So even as we're dressing like we were there in the 90s just a few years ago. See, it's cyclical.
Jackie, I'm not talking about me, sawa.
Gen Zs, millennials, see what tuko hapo ndani.
I present myself as a paragon of virtue.
As he says, wearing a vintage football shirt.
Yeah, vintage.
Exactly. Like the point, you walked right past it. You walked right into it, and you've decided you've taken off your glasses and said, "Fuck this shit." No, sicko.
Jackie, I'm a Republican. I do not acknowledge the truth at all.
I don't like critical race theory.
Exactly. Okay. I don't like critical anything, sawa, including critical thinking.
He said a music critic, but
imagine a music critic. I'm not a critic personally. I'm just a purveyor of sounds.
Yes.
Anyway, finally, Forever and a Day, Big Crit came out 2011, 12, yes, and not the version that's on Apple Music or Spotify, because I really hate when they put like blogger mixtapes on streaming because they have to like cut out samples and songs and nini what couldn't get cleared. Go listen to the version that is on live mixtapes because Dat Piff is not. Imagine, Dat Piff is dead.
What?
Datpiff.com. It is dead.
Venant, why are you saying it like we're just supposed to know? This is
like for guys who grew up in the blog era, like who started consuming music like me. Datpiff.com is dead.
Datpiff.com.
But you know the best part, Nini? The entire library is still up on archive.org.
Oh,
you can literally go and download the entire Datpiff library from archive.org. All 80,000 mixtapes that they ever uploaded. All of them. So just go listen to live mixtapes or find it somewhere else where it's not on streaming, because I hate that. Those classics are getting chopped and changed, and then unaenda kuisikiza, you don't get the same feeling.
Yeah.
You don't get the same creativity. You don't get the same vibe, sawa.
Tea.
It's like being in a marriage for 7 years. This is fun, but there's still something missing.
And you're 40.
Imagine, and you're 40.
Oh my God.
And you're a mid-level relationship manager at a Citibank. So, anyway, Sookie, what have you been listening to?
Personally, nilikuwa nimekumiss. That was incredible.
Give the people what they want.
Yeah. Okay. I got to listen to. I was going down the nostalgia wormhole, especially because Jaguar 2 by Victoria Monet came out.
She's still horny because I really want to listen to it.
She's fantastically horny. That's her gift. She's like gorgeous. She's amazing. She has a beautiful pen. She writes the filthiest things and she says them in the most like operatic voice. It's gorgeous. It's beautiful. It's not The Weeknd to get on anybody's nerves, really. You don't want to get on anybody's nerves when Victoria Monet has dropped an album. She has things to say and like they are very motivating. So anyway, let me just move past that. The thing I wanted to say was two projects. Huh?
Motivating?
No, like...
You know that.
She
I know what you mean.
She gets in my ear. You get what I mean.
I get you.
Yeah, you don't want to get riled up on a weekend when Victoria Monet has released an album. So, nostalgia roller coaster. I decided to listen to Born Again by Danger Mouse and Gemini, the Gifted One. This is a project that's been 20 years in the making. I did not listen to Ghetto Pop Life when it came out in 2003, but I have been picking up a lot of like early 2000s rap to make a playlist. So I guess the feeling that I got was it reminded me of a rapper called KOS. I don't know if you know KOS. You don't know KOS?
No, I don't think so.
Really, really good music. But obviously, I'm a fan of Danger Mouse. So like, it was a really good listen for anybody who's looking for something from the early 2000s. that, or anyone who listened to Ghetto Pop Life when it came out then and is excited to see how it sounds 20 years later. I really love Born Again. I think it also just goes back to a conversation we were having with Coffin about album art. The album art for this project is gorgeous. There's like a beetle, like a psychedelic beetle, and a bunch of crystals. Like it's the thing that drew me to the project initially. And then I found out that Ghetto Pop Life was like its prelude, and people have been waiting 20 years for this. So like it really built up the anticipation for me. And listening to Ghetto Pop Life, I don't know why I slept on Gemini, the gifted one, so much. He's so fun. Like he just says fun things. And
Gemini, the gifted one. You see, and I think I've talked about this before. Sometimes
no, it's not a bad name.
No, it's not a bad name, but I did see this. Somebody allude to this on Twitter and actually point out that I said it. Sometimes artists get too artsy, where you can't even find their music. But the name is really good. I'm not gonna hate on the name, but I hope he doesn't spell it like one long word. At least I hope there's a spacing.
It's one long word, and I think because it's a project that was recorded in 2004. It was recorded in 2004. This is an artist from the early 2000s. I think it's still fitting.
Okay, so
you can't ask him to have
I will give people from 2004 the benefit of the doubt. Niggas were on different drugs back then.
It was either that or your Lil something. So I don't know. Like,
yeah,
me, I'm okay with his name and I'm okay with his rhymes.
I feel like 204 is like when meth was really
era.
hitting the streets. So I don't know. I like if anything that happened in 204, you can give them a pass. It's like when something happened in the 80s, you're like cocaine was cocaining back then. So like I'll give you a pass for all that shit. So if meth was mething in 2004, I'll give you a pass.
Damn.
No, like Apana, you can actually make a case for the general public consciousness being on fucking drugs, kila mtu. And then just doing weird shit. Not saying that this person was on drugs, but if they were,
look, they were selling crack, so like it is what it is. But like,
I don't smoke crack, motherfucker. I sell it.
Anyway, beautiful doubles like project. I enjoyed Jaguar 2 and Born Again because of the way that they sample, ironically. So like you guys were talking. I mean, the thing for me with nostalgia is when it's done well, like it stimulates the listener to like listen more widely to like the artists that might have inspired this project. And someone like Victoria Monet is like especially genreless. As in this project, Buju Banton is there, Earth, Wind and Fire are there, and I love the way like in Hollywood she samples her baby. I love it when people sample their babies crying. I'm aging. It's bad.
Sample your children.
Terrible. Sample your babies
sample
crying,
your children,
man.
Yeah. Even when they're saying
gorgeous.
random things in the house, do not open Instagram accounts for them where you act like they're the ones who are communicating. That is a fucking
beat.
mental illness. And you know who you are. Sawa. Attacking Instagram influencers. One day, Rock Nation,
You will crumble.
you will crumble. IG mothers, you will crumble. Except for the good ones, of course, who don't pretend that their child actually has an account.
Oh my god. Anyway, yeah, so those three projects actually just do sampling really well for me, and revisiting certain areas. I feel like Victoria Monet also has a very Donna Summer feel to her sound, especially in Jaguar 2. Gosh, I could say so many things about Jaguar 2, but like I wanna keep going back to it. Same way I wanna go back to Born Again. Brooklyn Basquiat is my jam. I love this project so much. And then I have to go to probably it's a very emotional project. It was very sad. I had to go home.
Hey, but it was
immediately
sad.
after
it was
this
sad.
release party. But thank you for inviting us for your listening
thank you
party,
so much.
Kinoti. It was
and Wangeshi,
gorgeous.
Matilda, it was amazing.
Yes, and Matilda.
And you know the crazy thing is, Sam and Afam were there and we didn't get to see them.
Yeah, I saw their story.
Yeah, and I was like, you guys are there.
I didn't see them at all.
But PSCC tulifika sangapi.
I mean, it is what it. But that's not the point. That's not the point. We're not giving a breakdown of that.
Yeah, we're not giving a. Yeah, but the project where?
The project is so emotional.
Guy.
Nilikuwa machozini. Like I actually left Hafare alone just to go and sit down and really like process the things that he was singing about, the things he was talking about. He had a beautiful is it like a movie?
Yeah, he had a mini movie. Yeah,
movie.
for the like BTS and everything.
It was gorgeous.
And shout out to everybody who showed up, by the way, because this is how we're supposed to support Kenyan music.
Maze, building physical communities.
Yeah, building physical communities. Because I met somebody I haven't seen in almost 11 years at the gig.
Oh, nice.
The doctor friend I came with.
Yeah,
I haven't seen him in 11 years. And I was like, damn, you even Uko Kenya. Last I heard you were treating people with multiple sclerosis in fucking Germany. And he's like, yeah, Niko Uko, and I'm a big fan. I was like, this is nice. This is nice, like reconnecting. But yeah, if you showed up for the event, good job.
Yeah.
Good fucking job. Support the industry. Put money in people's pockets. 'Cause
Exactly.
this is how people survive. But yeah, that project, where?
It's guy, the vocals are insane. The production is beautiful.
The themes.
The themes are so heart-wrenching.
Hi.
Like he put his whole kinotusi.
Exactly.
It was beautiful.
Acha nikwambie, if you are in any sort of romantic flux, do not
utalia machozi.
Do not listen to that project.
Utalia
You will
machozi.
cry.
Utajishika kwa kitanda. Utajifunika na blanketi. What? Utakunywa chai mingi. Oh my god.
That project reminds you one thing. It reminds you one thing. It's okay to miss them, but it's not okay to text them back.
Oof.
That project reminds you of that one important thing. It's okay. Sikia uchungu, wa miss. Lakini kujirudisha kwa hiyo ukumbafu. Please. Kwani ujiheshimu? Mimi najua mimi sijiheshimu, but we're at home. Be better than me. Yeah, but it's a really sad project.
So listen to Little Messages by Kinoti. Beautiful EP. I really enjoyed it. And I want to cap off by talking about an event I attended last week. It's called Escape the Musical. So it was an invite-only preview for what is supposed to be a rap musical.
Look at you, invite only. The hoity-toity.
Wow, girl. Anyways, I went for Escape the Musical at Alliance Francaise. It was a really great community of just musicians, people in the art industry, people who know people with money, you know, because those are the people you need in those circles for real. So there's a rap musical about Nairobi, and it's by the Nairobi Musical Theatre Initiative, and they're looking for funds to kind of just stage the entire project in its entirety, because, you know, like, musicals are not cheap to stage or put up in any way. But I thoroughly enjoyed the preview. Oh my god, such an intense group of musicians coming together to really just write a story about Nairobi and tell it in the language and the way that, like, a story about Nairobi should be told, through music, which is personally, like, everything that I love coming together to just blow my fucking mind. I love that. So I really hope that, like, we eventually get to see Escape the Musical. Shout out to Eric Wainaina, Kendi Konge, Gatia Liboi, Maya Olocholunya, I Mbogwa, sijui kama nimesahau mtu. Bogwa, yes.
Yes, the world famous.
And Vini Ngugi, like that, it's a huge team of very talented musicians. I think Tim's there as well, from television, and yeah, I really want to see this project, like, to fruition. I want to see it on stage. I feel like I've missed seeing musicals sana about, like, I guess, things that I'm not really tapped into. Elness is also part of the team, so anyone who's a fan of Elness from back in the day, from now, just anyway, fingers crossed the project gets to see the light of day. So yeah, that is all I had for last week.
I have a question.
Yeah.
If somebody was to play you in a rap musical, like any rapper, who would you want that to be? Dead or alive?
A rapper play me.
Yes.
In a rap musical?
Yes.
Where would I be in a rap musical?
Cheki, stop overthinking it.
A story of Sookie.
The story of Sookie. Telling it through the eyes of Anita Murage.
And unfortunately, the only person that comes to mind is Wangeshi, and that's because we kind of look alike. I've been told that so many times, and yeah, like, I don't know, who would you want?
I would go for
any rapper. Any rapper, like, broad.
Yes, broad.
Doesn't have to be Kenyan.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be Kenyan. It could be anyone.
Wacha nifikirie.
Yangu ni Ofala sana, you won't believe it.
Huh?
E40.
I did, yes. Immediately.
I would want
Nobody else.
E40 has this really, like the way he raps, even your voice yake iko. It would be such a grating experience for the crowd. Just Imagine him like rapping his lines in that drawl of his. Just like I remember a tweet that said that E40 is the second worst rapper ever.
Yo.
E40 with his glasses on is the worst rapper ever.
Damn.
But yeah, like I would want E40 to play me. Like
I've seen people like I love the memes that people used to send on x.com of you as E40. You and Tupac, basically.
Shit.
You know the picture I'm talking about?
Yeah. You're bringing
One of my
Checky.
favorite memes ever.
Checky, we did not talk about this.
We have to extend the law, Bana.
What law?
Extend the law.
Are you not seeing me trying to reinvent myself?
The reinventing of Hafare.
Of course.
Hafeka.
Checky.
Anyway.
I cut my hair short. And just, things have been good. So let's not bring back things that happened when I had big hair, okay? So that was a different time, a different version of me.
So you're out of your E40 era.
I've always been out of it.
Okay, so now back to serious business.
Yes. I have been off the show for a bit. Yeah. There's something I really want to talk about, and I am here to say.
I'm so excited.
See, every time I come on here,
Uh-huh.
people ask me, Hafare, why are you so vocal about your dislike of Nyashinski? Why are you so vocal about your hate for his music? Sindio, why is it that you don't like him? I have never met that man personally. But I do know somebody who's met him personally. Somebody who was on the show. Somebody who's suing him because of a very egregious matter. I'm using big words. Egregious. Imagine. But yeah.
In your Lumumba era.
And I am not going to bash Nyashinski. He is just a symptom of a much larger disease.
We are just breaking Hertz.
Yes. He's a symptom of a much larger disease where a lot of the times creatives, especially those who aren't established, and even established creatives, first of all, established creatives take advantage of creatives who aren't as established, and B, corporates take advantage of all creatives. So in the grand scheme of things, Sam, our good friend Sam, has a case against him in court due to some protracted legal issues, some publishing rights here and there. There are much smarter people than me who can explain it much better. But I do believe like this is in court and we have to allow the legal process to play out. But I for one, will always be happy when Nyashinski takes an L.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I mean, it was reported in the Daily Nation, the Saturday Nation a couple of weeks ago. For anybody who'd like to refer to it, I feel like that's probably the best.
If you want the article, I have it. Just DM me. I'll share it with you.
He'll share it with you.
I will share it with anyone.
No holds barred.
In fact, if I had a bat signal,
He's
I would beam it into the Nairobi night sky.
He would broadcast it. But the information, it was very sad. I felt really bad because I feel like Sam deserved like a lot better from that entire exchange. But it is what it is.
What the compensation that was being offered by the artist team.
Yeah.
And what we know from how these contracts work, it was like a slap in the face. That's all I can say.
Yeah.
But I don't want to comment on open cases.
And we wish the aggrieved all the best.
Yes.
Yeah.
We were in his corner full. In fact, I wish I had a law degree so that I could also go and stand in my friend's corner and help them, draft these documents.
Checky, I'm a little bit of a dumb bitch. We've established that. I don't need to do this.
Checky, who's the dumb one on this show? It's me. You are the lawyer.
I mean, okay, fine. We were supposed to have a lawyer in for this.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but we will have them. Actually, we really gonna have a lawyer.
We'll actually have people to come and tell us a few things about the cases that have been plaguing the music industry lately, because there are many.
There's that.
Yeah.
Then this morning, Conscience won 26 million Kenya shillings from a court in Uganda because Airtel had been offering his songs as Skiza tunes or whatever the equivalent is without actually like having his consent. So he won that. And then didn't Bampu just win a case against Afcom Juicy? Same thing, Skiza tunes, 4 million. And then there's the whole Nonini debacle that happened with Cyanix and the influencer guy, I forgot his name. I love that there's a precedent being set. I really do. I really do love that there's a precedent being set in this design, because it just shows that it doesn't matter who you are. Like, there are legal protections around copyright that are very strong. And at the end of the day, you just can't take somebody else's content, music, whatever, like lyrics, and repurpose them for your own profit without considering that you had no part in creating this and you don't give a fuck about compensation.
That's true.
There's a very big huu ni msanii atadu nini attitude in the industry, especially from people who are not within the industry, outsiders, agency people, corporates, lawyers, all those guys, even politicians. There's a very strong huu ni msanii atadu nini. You can use this song however you want, atafanya nini, atakupeleka court my nigga, na utalipa pesa, na utalipa, because a lot of the time copyright cases are very open and shut. Who owns copyright? This person owns copyright. Did you get permission to use the copyright? No. But you used it. Yes. Sawa, you need to pay this person this amount. It's that straightforward. Akunanga, like there isn't much to go through at hivi na hivi. It's just establishing you own copyright, you don't. You use this song without getting copyright from this person, pay them. So, Sam, by the way, when you get paid, usitusahau. Cheki, we only need 60K to hit Diani. That's all you need. Breaking Hertz on the beach. Sponsored by Sam. So, the 30% is going to be the 1%.
Insane.
Yeah, but honestly, if you are an artist now, by the way, you also need to learn how to protect your own IP.
Yeah, that's true.
That's a very important thing, because guys are getting paid out here of other people's mistakes. So just pray they keep making mistakes and pray that they make it with your music.
Question.
Damn.
Yes.
On the copyright part, what do you think of, like, there's this new wave, what do I say, it's a new wave of gengeton, where they're using, like, what's it called, some old dancehall beats,
Ooh.
making like new tunes with the old dancehall beats, and obviously kuna story na copyright and all. So, like, is it also a part, we can say, like, the artist also somehow wanakuwa ignorant because they know something like that, obviously after ngoma maybe made, like this one, like, I think it's trending on TikTok, sijui cheki denge sijui nini, and then maybe now the beat? Guy comes, maybe the original owner comes for akisema anataka pesa zake from that.
Yeah, no, like for real, mi sina shida na hiyo, because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter who's taking advantage of who. If you do not have copyright, you're not supposed to use this.
Yeah.
If you don't have copyright, the person who actually owns copyright can demand even up to 100% of the money you've made from your music. That's it. It's very simple, guys. Hata kama ni upcoming artists, at the end of the day, jua too that you can license beats. Like, you can go on a fucking website and you can license a beat. You can pay 900 bob and you can get a beat and you can license it for perpetuity. Not understanding this just means, like, the song will be pulled down, you lose the revenue. Same thing with Lil Maina, ile ngoma yake last. There was a guy on the song who stole an entire verse from somebody else.
What?
Yeah. You saw that? He's like, literally, this dude was rapping and the entire verse, word for word, bar for bar. This nigga copied my whole flow. Sindio?
Yeah.
Exactly. The song had to be pulled down. Because
For sure.
there's
No
precedent.
original work
Yeah, there's no original work there. The beat is also a beat that the Lil Minor way, you just repurpose a beat, and then the lyrics maybe were like, there isn't an original born in that artist's body. Not Lil Minor. I'm not saying not Lil Minor. The person who was caught stealing, but yeah.
I feel like if you listen to Lil Minor's raps over, like, different beats, we'd be able to, like, really dissect his talent. Because I feel like like, the fact that it's over a beat that's stolen kind of just takes away from that. Like, he knows how to write his own original stuff. Yeah,
he does, and I think he's just having fun with it.
Clean. That's what it seems like. Yeah.
I don't think he's yani mse ako ile dream ya kutoka kwa block per se na music.
Well, I wouldn't say that. I guess we'd have to have him in studio to find out.
Yeah, maybe, but that's just a perception I have.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, if you are stealing beats or stealing from anybody in the creative industry, copyright is gonna come get your ass at some point.
Kabisa.
At some point, it's going to come get your ass. You can't live like this. And there's one man nataka tu yake imfikie.
Nani?
The day that ruling comes in, I'll come and pop champagne on this show.
The day the ruling, like, the case is already in court.
Yeah.
Yeah, nani?
Who did we start talking about?
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah, okay. The day that ruling comes in.
Mazi, I thought you'd be way more excited about it. Like,
No.
We'd really been waiting with Coffin. Like, we had our fingers crossed. We had, like,
no, the thing is,
Hafare shirts on.
The excitement isn't here because
Yeah.
I might be jumping the gun.
Perhaps.
Mimi, my excitement will come when Daily Nation publishes that article that says blah blah blah, order to pay, blah blah blah, to blah blah blah, for blah blah blah. The day I see that EV, I'll be like, yeah.
Yeah.
Some people, this shit has to happen.
It is what it is.
Sometimes you have like, some things ruminate. They gestate. They'll pop out when they are ready. So, Joan is. Anashangaa mtu ni nani?
What? They just state they pop out when they're ready. Who are you? Who are you?
Anyway, I told you I was in Indonesia.
Maze.
Mtajuaje nimeenda shule? People think I'm
English,
uneducated. No. Sasa mimi I could be a decorated playwright. Sawa. The Black Shakespeare.
Facts.
Sawa.
Facts.
Billiam kwanza.
So you want to kuandika raps. It's not like... Actually, that's something I really wanted to get into. So I've been looking at a lot of like AI like music creators. And I was wondering, what would a beat by Hafare sound like if you just use AI? Like it's not like labor intensive. You just sit down, you put in all the elements that you think would work. Yeah, to skia bana. It would be fun.
You've had a beat by Hafare before?
I have had a beat by Hafare.
Yes.
Wapi?
If you remember, I don't know if you can remember, the
made a
old
beat.
Surviving Nairobi intro.
You made it.
Nice. Yeah, I made that beat.
You did.
Yes.
Oh my god. Fun
Mimi,
fact.
mini multi-talented. Msinionange tu. I'm just lazy. I'm just lazy. Sawa. If I apply myself, I could do great things. But I wake up at 10:30 every morning. Clearly, I have a problem with following through.
Oh my god.
But speaking of following through, let's talk about the lovely, lovely Rosary. See, I love Tanzanian hip-hop. I love Tanzanian hip-hop. And I feel like how Tanzanian hip-hop has been portrayed recently has been very unfair and negative to them. Ever since like the rise of Diamond and Ali Kiba, we have not seen Tanzanian hip-hop hit the heights it's supposed to hit. 2002, nafsi yangu nilikupa uichungie mpenzi kana nini. Professor J. Feruz. Zaliza Mentali. Juma Nature, TMK.
Feed Q,
AY. Sindio? Feruz. Songa. We have so many legendary Tanzanian hip-hop artists. The late, great Mangwea. You know who Mangwea is?
I do not.
Do you know who Mangwea is? Do you know who Mangwea is?
Who is Mangwa?
You know his song, lakini. Kimya Kimya.
Oh yeah, oh my god. Singesema to the Kimya guy.
Isini Mangwea, like, Chizi wa Istizu.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, like...
That's a really nice beat also.
I believe the best hip-hop song to ever come out of East Africa. The sample is amazing. It's Can't You See What You're Doing to Me by the 3 Degrees. Can't you see just what you're doing to me, honey? Fuck, sometimes I get into these pockets. But anyway, Tanzanian hip-hop has always been good. So, I don't know, like, Byron, I wouldn't explain exactly what happened to your EB Fyote Kaanza na Calligraph, the Tanzanian hip-hop artists.
No, like, Ni Calligraph alianza. I think he was going on some certain rant, and then suddenly akaamua kusema Tanzania, like they used to have, alikuwa anasema they used to have the best hip hop, but what happened ni alikuwa anasema tu wamelala. So like he's within 48 hours kama watakuwa wamefanya what will come for them and conquer huko nini. So like alikuwa amwambia like I'm giving you 24 hours muamke. So that's where like the other Kina Rosary and the other artists wakaanza kutoa like the diss tracks. And then he said that he'll reply. So that's why I think he has now checked like 2 these songs for TZ artists. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I think it's true at this point.
Yeah. So yeah, like that's how it started. Ilikuwa tu kuacha kwanza tu, and then obviously there are some guys who have picked on the wave. Some the Kenyan artists also, some TZ artists. Yep.
Yeah, thank you, Byron,
thank you,
for the very nice explanation. Now, I don't think Calligraph is wrong in saying that Tanzanian hip-hop has fallen off. But I don't think it's fallen off on purpose. It's just like changing, like the audience trends have changed.
Gradual death.
Actually, that
Decline,
you know kitu alikuwa anasema, because he said like saisi like not everyone now is going to the Amapiano wave because there's the TZ Amapiano wave, which is actually like catching a good wave. So that's where it all started.
Yeah, like if hata kama wewe ni msanii wa hip hop ucheki watu wa mapiano wanakula kila siku bana, they're getting paid and paid and paid and paid, and you're gonna be like, maybe performing in backstreet clubs for 70 drunk people is not, the best choice for my career. When I can go and say ayo mama, yo. Yeah, you could go do something like that. And at the end of the day, you're still gonna get.
Oh my god!
Sino kweli?
Is that my babe's shade?
Who?
Uncle Waffles.
No, hapana. Diamond. Anaimba hivyo. Yo.
Anyway, it's music, G. It's music.
Nimeachwa tena staki maswali. Naenda bichi kula upepo wa bahari. Kwani nyote mpandangi nduthi? Ampandangi nduthi. Like nduthi ni kuna vitu mbili utaona kwa nduthi. Standard. Sticker ya Chelsea na ngoma ya Diamond.
Okay.
Hizo ndo vitu mbili utaona kwa nduthi. Hakunanga kitu kingine. Like once if your nduthi does not have either of those things, that is not a nduthi guy you can trust. Uni DCI.
Damn.
Sawa. Some like the Venn diagram of people who listen to Diamond, people who and people who support Chelsea is a fucking circle. So that's the Venn diagram. It is just one circle. Like you shade the entirety of it. Ni nyinyi tu. It's just one. Ni nyinyi tu.
Oh my god.
But yeah, I really do appreciate the fact that nani alisema, Calligraph alisema, this hip hop has fallen off. Now it's just like a kick in the ass for some people.
So you're showing me the song by Rosary earlier. What did you think when you saw it at first? First reaction?
First reaction was like, wait, Rosary ni MTZ? Because Rosary has never sounded Tanzanian to me. Even her music, because she did have a few bangers a few years ago. Maybe 6 years ago, maybe. I think she had like a big song. But she's never sounded Tanzanian. She sounds like those people who grew up in Coast but came to school in Nairobi for 10 years. And then they've lost their accent, but bado wako na hiyo lafudhi. Unajua? Like wako na hiyo nini ya umbali.
That's a word I had forgotten. When you catch off guard, Loki. Like,
acha nikwambie, mimi I speak English like this. I speak Swahili like a Luya. So,
admirable. As you should.
Hey,
as you should.
Nimeisema seremala in passing conversation. Nikaangaliwa tu. Seremala ni nini? Ai, kifurushi. Unaambia watu kifurushi, watu washangaa. But yeah, penda Kiswahili. Anyway, I really love the song, Rosary. She has this energy and fire in her rap, and she's very technically gifted. That's the first thing. She's very, very technically gifted, and she has this energy and fire where you do not feel like she's going to lose. Like everything about it is just inatoka na ukali.
Confidence.
It's very confident. So if I was even like I listen to this song, I listen to the Calligraph song, and you're like, they're both good. And I love like there's other artists. I don't know if Brand Simba put something out on
nice.
In regards to this. There's been a slew of TZ hip hop artists who have put stuff out. Fresh like what's his name? Bar City Baby. That's his name. I don't know. I think Songa should be working on something. Do you listen to Songa?
I don't listen to Songa.
Songa is an amazing hip hop artist from TZ. A legend. He's been in the game for quite a while.
Nice.
Yeah, and then like Bill Nas Pia. Bill Nas is also working on something on the same level. A lot of the guys, I feel like, also the rappers, the pure artists, the rappers of the industry, also relish the challenge. Like you've been called out, so it's either you step up or the call out actually gets justified.
Okay.
So I'm really excited about it because let's see what these Tanzanians can do, and how many other Kenyans will step up other than Calligraph. Of course, we know who won't step up.
Who?
We know who won't step up. So,
oh my god.
The artist is busy scamming other artists, but
the vindication is like a bonfire in your soul.
I have been on this campaign for a very long time.
Make quick set. It's like an ever-ready battery in your back.
It's like the first person who said Bill Cosby was a rapist.
Oh.
Nobody believed him. They believe him now.
Oh my god.
I know sometimes the most stark example is the best one. Sawa. Sometimes overkill is underrated.
Damn.
Sindio?
The creative me tooing of our dear friend. That's crazy. Anyway, let me not phrase it like that. Tushajitoa level. Mtasoma kwa gazeti pia mtuambie kwa comments vitu zingine zenye hatuwezi sema.
By the way, kusema kweli tu.
Although last week we found out that Good Company has lawyers, so maybe we're allowed.
Yo, like Jivan isn't like running a ragtag show here.
Mazee atuongei tu, you know.
But anyway, like it's just everything is alleged. Allegedly, sawa. Alleged.
Oh my God.
Every single thing here is alleged. Okay. Pia Mr. Some people are quite litigious.
Yeah.
So some people are quite litigious. Anyway, so have you ever thought about rapping in pure Swahili?
Me?
Yeah.
I do.
No sheng.
No, see, why do you think you remember like a couple of weeks ago I was reading Utengano? Why do you think? I'm really sharpening and remembering.
What's that opening line? Is it Kazija? Kazija
anachukia mwanaume.
Sindio?
But
shout out to Kazija, the first bad bitch. Woohoo!
But like there's something that said Mohammed had like there's just a richness of language and like expression that is in that book that I feel like we didn't appreciate it because we were getting examined on it. But right now it just feels so good for the soul. It feels like stuff you need to read on your way on a train to Mombasa, which is so nice.
Chicken soup for the soul, would you say?
Biryani for the soul.
Biryani for the soul. Arabic food for the soul.
Arabic food for the soul. Shout out to Coffin. I miss you so much.
Next Monday, she has sent her apologies. Apparently, we're supposed to get Arabic food after this. We are getting Arabic food after this. And maybe cheap liquor. On a Monday.
Let's see.
Check if you are brave enough, your weekend can start whenever you have money.
That's true.
Weekend nanzanga time uko na pesa.
Wait, I wanted to play a game with you as we round up. So and I think everybody who's listening should also play this game because I thought it was so interesting. I had it on a podcast with Rick Rubin, and like everyone I've asked has like a different like perspective of it. So close your eyes, imagine a cube. Imagine a desert. Then imagine a cube. Then imagine a ladder.
How big is this cube? Is it bigger than the ladder?
Ni wewe tu unajitungia. Like it's your creativity that builds the scene. So there's a desert and there's a cube and there's a ladder and there's a horse.
A horse?
A horse.
I missed the S.
Like a stallion. Tuseme. And then
interesting.
And then there's some flowers. Yeah, actually. And then after that entire scene comes together, there's a storm. What does it look like in your mind's eye? Can you describe the scene in your head?
Yeah, like, should I describe the storm?
No, describe what it looks like, even like leading up to the storm. The way
so
that
the cube is gigantic. So the cube is
it's huge, yeah?
Yeah, the cube is huge.
Is it floating or is it grounded?
It's just grounded. It's black, it's monolithic. It reminds me of, so you watched 2001 A Space Odyssey. The beginning of the movie when the Neanderthals are like fighting and then they see the cube rise up.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it reminds you of that. Very obscure reference, by the way. Very, very obscure reference. But yeah, and the ladder is perched like just
on the side of
the side. And then the stallion just keeps running around the cube. And the flowers just there.
The stallion is running around the cube.
Yeah. And the flowers are just there.
Bro.
They're blooming, actually. They're not like flowers, like they're coming from the ground.
So they're coming from the ground, they're around the cube. The stallion is running through the garden.
Yes.
And the ladder is on the side.
Yeah.
And then the storm?
The storm comes, but the cube does not move because it is a fucking monolith.
And does the horse go inside the cube? Is there like an opening in the cube?
No, there isn't.
There isn't?
There isn't. It's a monolith. It's just a big black obsidian thing. So
that's crazy.
Like you know, the way porno titles are. So and then
my God.
The horse is also black. The stallion. If the stallion isn't black, that's racist. Yeah?
Oh my God. Wait, so how can you see the horse if like the monolith is also like pitch black? Is it Vanta black? Like
it's
super
different
black?
shades of black, sour. There's there's midnight black, there's oily black, there's leathery black. Sour.
So the stallion is like a silky black.
Yeah. And the other one is like a bit more chafed. But anyway, that's not here or there. The storm comes, blows away the flowers. Sindio. The stallion is caught in the storm, but hides on takes shelter on the front side of the monolith.
Interesting.
And then the storm ends. And the flowers will bloom tomorrow. Because even if today sucks, even if the day gets you down, tomorrow is another day and we get a chance to try again until the day we don't.
That's dope.
Sindio?
Amazing.
Oh, you thought this was just a joke? Checky. I can also be deep and introspective. Unadhani napatangaje mademu wenyu? I offer the emotional bandwidth that your boyfriends cannot. So, DM me, please. So, if your man is ignoring your text, guess who won't?
Oh my God.
I really had missed this. I had really missed this.
That's crazy.
Okay, so what was the point of this whole exercise, by the way?
No, it's just people see different things. Like your cube is grounded. My cube was floating. And there was a staircase leading into the cube, yeah? And the horse is just chilling. It's a white horse. It's buckled down in the flowers. Self-hate. No, and then when the storm comes in, no, it's not like a white horse,
okay.
like a silver horse, like
that horse vote
Renee,
Republican?
like Renee, ule wa Renaissance, huyo.
Oh, okay.
Anakaa kama huyo, lakini si mshiny, ni, just a little bit glistening, a little bit
an okay horse.
Yeah,
but
no,
not a
it looks
basic
like,
horse.
Okay, look. It's a psychedelic purple and pink horse. That's the kind of silvery nini I'm looking at. And it's chilling in the flowers. And when the storm comes, it runs up the ladder for some reason into the cube. And the cube floats away.
Directed by Jordan Peele.
Directed by Jordan. Because first of all, there's no explanation for how the horse climbs up the ladder into the cube. There's no explanation for how the cube is floating. But it makes sense in my mind's eye. That's exactly how I pictured it the first time that I had this exercise. So yeah, if you're listening and you try out the exercise and you want to let us know what you see, comment, Zico.
But these are the things we're supposed to DM me.
You made it to the end of the episode. Congratulations.
If you do this, please DM me this at 3 a.m. Kwanza Mercury is in a rec size.
Kabisa.
Especially for apparently my placement.
Yes, uko Virgo. It's Virgo season.
Ndio maana weekend ilikuwa hivyo.
People from your past kept wading their way into your realm.
The past that you do not want to remember. The past that, mwenye alikozi blackout, by the way.
Blackout ya Friday, Saturday.
If I catch you. Sawa. Siku ya nyani kufa, miti yote uteleza. Kumbukeni hiyo.
Anyway, God is good all the time. And all the time, finya hiyo kitu.
Goja. Okay, let's give the people one last
sound.
Exactly. Thank you guys for vibing with us. Episode 41. Good to be back. I had missed doing this. I hope you had missed me too. So, as in, najua warembo walikuwa hapa, but zoea yuso.
Ni sisi ndio tuko.
Thank you so much for vibing with us, guys. It has been episode 41. See you on the next one.
Bye.